Before we get started with today's video, we'd like to thank our sponsor, HelloFresh. And with HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your front door. Count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh's lineup of meals like steak and potatoes with béarnaise sauce, Southwest pork and bean burritos, falafel power bowls. I don't even know what a falafel is, but you know it's got to be fresh. It's coming from HelloFresh. Come on. And look at this chicken. My God. Looks so succulent and juicy. I definitely got to get a piece of that. And you want some too. So go ahead and try HelloFresh. Just click on the link below for a special limited time discount plus free shipping. So try it today. What's going on? K Mega 405 coming to you live from the 405 where I'm just your regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamers. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Be so kind to hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, all of that. That would be greatly appreciated. On the quest to try to get this channel to get to growing. Man, I'm excited for the moves, especially now. Got this big behemoth rig done, and did all the kinks, optimized all my games, did all that. So I'm ready to roll, man. I'm ready to roll. So that's the reason why I haven't been Devin the Gamer or GRG last week, or even my thought videos here of late, because of the fact that I've been trying to get that all squared away, and I think that we're good now. So now to bring on the content. So just quickly, because normally I do a live stream of my thoughts, but because I usually get long-winded, but I'm just going to be pretty quick about this one. And because the narrative really is kind of weird to me. Kind of been in and out on social media, but one of the things that's been kind of tripping me out is seeing people complain about Xbox making moves to compete against Sony. I'm not understanding, because these same people that are complaining about Starfield and complaining about Redfall are the same people that would bring up that Xbox needed to do more than just bring Halo, Gears, and Forza. These were the same people that would say, that would tell you about how bad 2022 was, and the lack of any type of new IPs, etc. But now it seems like Redfall is now starting to get that attention. It's been getting the attention, actually a lot of attention, but it seems now it's starting to hit pretty hard that this game is going to be a big deal. Even I was reluctant to just kind of jump on board like other people was, because I didn't see anything until just last year. Looked good, had a lot of potential, but the more and more you hear about it, the more and more now that we got an official date coming in September 6th, like, okay, here we go. And now you feel the anticipation of a huge mega title to drop on Xbox. And the crazy thing is that it's going to be exclusive is just bonkers. And then also, let's not forget about Redfall, which is a game that it's never been really on the radar since they showed it. But I will say that the last trailer has helped it out tremendously for me. It's because of the fact that it does look unique, and I am now I'm late to the looter shooter game, because I never really played Borderlands 1 or 2, but I did play 3, fell in love with 3. And so I'm like, okay, I might have to go back and try to play the other 2 eventually. But if this game is going to be in that same type of wheelhouse but just different. You the vampires are showing there's bosses, and it's just like a crazy kind of story, experiments and gone wrong type of thing or whatever. It looks really, really interesting, and it's definitely picked up attention for me when it really didn't. So that's another title, and I'm seeing that, like, and this is what's funny to me, right? Like, because I seen media bring up some articles today and yesterday, I believe, basically talking about that Redfall was going to be made for the PlayStation, but they shut it down. We never see anything about that for Stellar Blade, did we? I mean, because that was a game that was slated that had Xbox Series X in their logos when they first announced that game, which was, I think, Project Eve at that time, and it looked awesome. And I was like, oh, this is exactly one of these type of games that Xbox needs in its wheelhouse in order to get back to kind of like that 360 OG Xbox style of just bringing all these different types of games to the portfolio. I didn't hear no articles about that, right? Like, you don't hear anything about that. We barely get a lot of in-depth understanding about the Square Enix dealings with Sony and how their exclusivity deals work. But all of a sudden, Redfall, Starfield is one of those things that needs to be gaining attention and dropped to the public, as though Microsoft has done something wrong. I thought they won a competition. I thought these were the same reporters and etc. that would tell people that Xbox is falling behind PlayStation because of the God of Wars, the Horizon Forbidden West, Ghost of Tsushima, Days Gone, etc., right? So then when Xbox finds, that there's titles that they see that they knew about, and they went ahead and they bought these companies. These companies also wanted to be purchased. It's not like they just went in there and just was like, look, man, you belong to me now. It's like, these were mutual agreements and strong relationships. It's just no different than with Square Enix. I mean, I think everybody believes that Square Enix is going to go to Sony, is going to get acquired by Sony at some point. I mean, it just makes all sense. They got a good, deep relationship going all the way back to Squaresoft. So why is it that Microsoft and Bethesda or ZeniMax can't have that deal, or Microsoft and Activision? I mean, it's Microsoft that made Call of Duty what it was because the Xbox 360 was the bro shooter. I mean, the Xbox has been known as the shooter box. And so therefore it's kind of crazy to me that now people, because they don't want the ABK deal to go through, that, COD should be on everything, and COD belongs to, Sony should fight tooth and nail. But in all actuality, Sony is been known for different titles, not so much about shooters, right? So it's kind of weird. But all in all, with that being said, 2023 for Xbox is absolutely incredible so far. Hi-Fi Rush, definitely a game of the year contender in my book. And yes, I played Hogwarts Legacy. I do own it. I think the Abracadabra Zabagazoo game is absolutely amazing. Graphically, it's crazy to me that game has been made in Unreal Engine 4. Just kind of shows you what is still left to offer with the Unreal Engine, with the way that that game looks. Absolutely incredible. But and that game is definitely going to be up there for nomination for Game of the Year. There's no question. Starfield will be there as well. I don't know if Spider-Man will. I think Spider-Man will get a nod just because it's Spider-Man, but I don't see it winning. I don't see it having a compelling story or background like that to overtake Hogwarts Legacy, in my opinion. Even though I know that the game is not out, but I don't know. I just don't know. They're kind of fickle It's not because I think that the game is not going to have a good story, because I thought that Miles Morales and Spider-Man were fantastic. Miles Morales, I thought the story was better than Spider-Man's overall, in my opinion, but the Spider-Man games are great. I just don't know how they'll play it out. And of course, there's other games. I mean, Stalker 2 has a potential to be coming out. Now, I don't think that's going to be a game of the year contender, but we'll see. But then Breath of the Wild is supposed to be coming, I think, the new Zelda game is supposed to be coming out this year. That's definitely going to be contender off the rip. So anyway, regardless of all that, it's just, to me, is that the year for what Xbox has started, and we're only 3 months in, has been absolutely incredible. And you got Starfield, you got Redfall, Hi-Fi Rush was a pleasant, absolutely stupendous surprise. Forza Motorsport's going to be dropping. And then there could be Stalker 2 that could be dropping as well. So that's 5 titles within the year. That is definitely making up. But then it's not over at that point, right? It's not over because there's Game Pass. And then also the game that you're seeing right here is rejuvenated. It's back to where it was when we first started playing, when we was playing the demo, and we was in love with the multiplayer with Infinite. And also there's a lot of people in love with the story. I thought the story was really good. Halo can never 343 can never go back from not having boss battles in a Halo game, because that was really epic and really awesome. And I mean, also, I think the open world thing is also a pleasant treat as well. But season 3 is finally delivering some really good, strong content. Really fun to play. Been really enjoying Halo Infinite again. So that's a plus. On top of the fact of the stuff that's good in Game Pass, like, come on, man, like Wulong and Atomic Heart. You have the Personas. You got Nune 2. You got Guilty Gear Strive. You have Exo Primal that's going to be dropping here later on. It's just insane. And then on top of all that, right, this ABK deal is going to get done. And, I know that some people are still thinking that this deal is not going to go through. It's going to go through. I'm at 90%. I was at 98% about this time last year. And then when Sony was presenting themselves like they were in the beginning, I dropped it to 90, like, oh, let's see what Sony does. And then all of a sudden, Sony hasn't really produced anything since. Except since when they just kind of first dropped up on the scene, like they had all the information they needed to go ahead and squash the deal. But there's going to be concessions, and that's fine. But yeah, this deal's going to go through. So the one point is like, how soon will those older Call of Duties drop on Xbox, on Game Pass? Like, because that's going to happen. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen a couple of weeks afterwards, the day of, or a year or so, or they're going to like kind of push it slow so they won't ruffle any more feathers or anything until, whatever the case may be. But I don't know. But once that happens, then you have a full-fledged set of content in the shooter base that we've never seen before in gaming history. To have all of those shooters in our fingertips for only the price of what, $14 a month? Bro, are you kidding me? And then if you're playing and earning your points, it's free. Man. So, and then just on top of just any other surprise that we're going to see. I mean, Liza P is going to be dropping. There's people that's thinking that they were showing that this Atlas game that's going to be dropping here pretty soon looks pretty dope. That has a potential to come together. If that's the case, if that is the case, we're absolutely getting flooded. I mean, you got Monster Hunter, you got all these games out already in 3 months. On top of what third party is going to drop. Xbox is going to be dropping first party. And let's not forget about Minecraft. Minecraft, even though that's not my type of game, that game is going to rake as well. So this is a stupendous year. And this is just the beginning of what we thought was going to happen in 2022. We had a taste of it in 2021. And then, of course, the bottom fell out in 2022. Maybe it was from the the aftermaths of the pandemic, caught up to everybody at Xbox. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, I'm not going to make an excuse for it. It wasn't a good look. Game Pass kept the Xbox afloat last year, but now with seeing Xbox, Game Pass going on all cylinders, then what the content is dropping, man, it's looking real nice. And I just don't understand why people are trying to make burger analogies about, people just only want just one particular thing. No, gamers, true gamers, they want all types of variety. This is the reason why there's people that own multiple consoles. And if you want to be in the same type of field that I'm in, where I have kind of given up on one console and I'm just going to just have my Xbox and my PC and my Nintendo, and then and show support by buying games for my PC, then that's how I'm going to do. That's the same thing, the opposite way, that there could be guys and ladies that has a PlayStation, that buy a computer, or build a PC, get a Switch, or whatever, that's the Nintendo, and rock that out. It's just the one thing about it is that if you like to play on multiple things, it's time to now, we're starting to see the difference of what the big three can do. Microsoft is finally flexing their muscle like they're supposed to. There shouldn't be anybody trying to oppose that. And while a lot of Xbox gamers have to deal with not having Final Fantasy VII Remake, Stellar Blade, Final Fantasy 16 Forspoken, whatever the case may be, even if people want us for Forspoken or not, and so many other titles, we've had to eat it. So if people got to eat it with Redfall and Starfield and other titles that's going to drop, that I'm sure that's going to garner a lot of attention. I think, because I think if Outer Worlds 2 drop anytime soon or get announced, I do believe that that's going to be exclusive as well. So even though the first one was on because I mean, this is no different than like Octopath Traveler. The only difference is that Xbox own these properties. Sony doesn't own most of the things that they keep exclusive off of Xbox. So it's kind of crazy, but just wanted to drop this nugget, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will definitely be doing something again here this week. Come and check out the GRG podcast Friday night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Pacific, and in Africa, I think it's in what is it, Mozambique, where Loke says he's from Wakanda, Texas. But we'll just go ahead and play it off. Mozambique, I believe that's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Wow. So anyway, come and check us out, man. More content's dropping. I did drop a video earlier from doing Fight Night. Had a great time playing Grand Blue versus Fantasy Versus. Really my first true time getting in it. I got my tail beat badly in the first like hour and a half. Then it picked up, and then I started to figure things out. Fantastic game. Bought all of the DLC yesterday because that game is a blast, and I cannot wait for Grand Blue Rising, and hope that will eventually come to Xbox coming in the future. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Until the next video, peace.